Hi, I'm Billy the Kid, and you're watching The Good Stuff. On today's episode, we talk about how to build and maintain a proper firing grip on a pistol, why this is important to accuracy, and how it will give you faster follow-up shots on target. So without further ado, let's dive right in. A proper grip is essential in managing recoil and enabling you to deliver faster, accurate follow-up shots on a target. This may not seem all that important, but let's take a moment to think about this in depth. In the defense world, we are taught that the fight isn't over until the attacker has been incapacitated, unless they are no longer an imminent threat to you or the others around you. There have been numerous occasions where a law enforcement officer has shot a drug-induced suspect over 10 times, failing to incapacitate the perpetrator until striking something vital. And that's what it takes, hitting something vital. So what a proper grip enables you to do is get that faster follow-up shot. If you miss and don't incapacitate on the first shot, you have a better, quicker chance of incapacitating following up. So what might that look like? Pretend this is the rear notches on a pistol and this is the front. So with an improper grip, you're going to get big muzzle flip, and it's going to take you longer to get your sights back into alignment, right? Whereas if you have a proper grip, it'll look something more like. So when that gun flips and it comes back down, you're much quicker to line them back up. Make sense? All right, now to build this vice-like grip. Imagine if you put a pistol in a vise. You tighten it down as tight as you could, and you pulled the trigger. It hit the hole, bang. Then you shot it again, hit the same hole, because the pistol didn't move. That's what we're trying to accomplish with our grip, a vice-like grip, something that will not allow the pistol to move, therefore making it fire in the same spot each time. Consistency is key to this, and building the proper grip from the beginning and maintaining that is key to this. For today's video on how to build a proper grip, I'll be using my very first pistol, a Springfield Armory XDM 9mm, to demonstrate with. It has a barrel block training aid in it to help keep us safe, and there's no live ammunition in this room. The way I decided to buy this as my first pistol is after much research. I found out this had the reliability reputation of a Glock, but with an extra safety. And what this extra safety does is it doesn't allow you to rack the firearm or pull the trigger unless you have a proper firing grip on the pistol. So to me, that was very valuable in being new to shooting firearms. Another reason I decided to buy a full-size pistol instead of something else smaller is because all of the controls, such as your mag release, your slide stop, and your takedown lever, are bigger because the firearm is bigger. It's heavier, so it recoils less, making it easier to shoot while learning. And it has a longer sight radius, which is also better for dialing in those sights and gaining focus. The longer your sight radius, the easier it is to gain sights, such as with the rifle. So this would be a great recommendation, in my opinion, for a first pistol for anyone to learn with. Now moving along. The front of your grip is the front strap. The back of your grip is the back strap. And the highest point on the frame before reaching the slide is called the beaver tail. If you'd like to follow along with me at home, get your firearm, verify that it is unloaded and clear, go to somewhere or a room that has no ammunition and free of distractions, and let's get started. I want you to take your hand, your firing hand, and I want you to make a finger gun or a Y. With that Y, I want you to put the webbing of your hand high up as you can into the beaver tail of your firearm, okay? Something like this. Now once you have that webbing as high up on that beaver tail as you can, I want you to wrap your 3 fingers around the front strap of the firearm. I want you to index that trigger finger high up on this frame, or even the slide is better. Your knuckles here should be somewhere close to the middle of your trigger guard in alignment, and I want this thumb for now pointed straight up in the air. Okay? Now if you notice, we have a lot of grip here that we can utilize with this other hand. I want you to take your support hand, I want you to press it up against the grip. Right now your hand is straight. I want you to can it, probably around 40 degrees. I want you to marry those fingers around your firing grip, your firing hand, okay? So the points of these knuckles should fall into the points of your other knuckles. Lock those in. Now, that you have your support hand with all the grip you can fit and all the space in between your hands closed up. I want you to put your thumb right here. I want you to put it against the slide facing forward, and I want you to lay that other thumb flat on it to where both of them are facing forward. You have little to no space, preferably, in between your thumbs and your hand on your grip. Right up in there, no space up in there. And then your thumbs and your index finger should be pointed in the same direction. Y'all see how that works? Okay, now how you apply pressure in this grip is also very key. We talked about front strap, we talked about back strap. With your firing hand, you should only be squeezing the grip of the pistol from the front strap to the back, such as this. You should only be squeezing straight to the back, okay, like this. That's what I want you to do, is squeeze straight front to back. With your support hand that you have married and wrapped around your firing hand, this is where your side to side pressure should be applied. So with this hand, we're squeezing straight back like this on the front strap to back strap, and then with your support hand, you're squeezing side to side like this to give you 360 degrees applied pressure to build the vice-like grip we're trying to get here. Also, if you're wondering how hard you should be squeezing this, you should be squeezing it to where you see the color of your fingers change white, but you should not be squeezing so hard that the gun shakes. So what that would look like is, like here, I'm squeezing straight front to back. I don't want to see discoloration in my fingertips, but I do want to see white knuckles here. That's how I know that I'm squeezing in the right places with the right amount of pressure. You should squeeze hard enough to where the gun is not moving, but not hard enough to where it starts to tremble. And now for today's pro tip. But before I share that with you, I'd like to give a shout out to a good friend of mine and my mentor, Rob Wilcox. Rob has a company called Group Therapy. I'll put a link in the description below for his website that has a lot of free resources that can be very helpful to you, such as dry firing exercises, etc. But Rob shared this technique with me, and this has helped me, and I know it can help you tremendously. Get you a hand grip exerciser such as this. I'll try and put links in the bottom for these. And what you want to do to build your grip strength is practice squeezing this straight front to back, front to back. You want to squeeze, hold that pressure, start feeling the burn, hold it for 5 to 10 seconds, and then slowly let off. And then bring it back in and hold again. If you can do this for 5 minutes a day on your ride to work or every other day, this will help build your grip strength tremendously to where that pistol will not move when you pull that trigger. As for your support hand, you're going to get a rubber ball or something similar, a stress ball, whatever you can get your hand in your hand or your hand on. And you're going to practice squeezing that ball side to side and give it good even pressure. Hold it for a few seconds till you start feeling the muscles in your hand and your arm burn a little bit, and then slowly release that pressure. And just do both hands 5 minutes a day, each day or every other day, and I promise you'll see tremendous results when you pick up your pistol next time on the range. Tune in with me on the next episode of The Good Stuff, where I'll go over a beginner's guide as to what you should bring with you to the range for the first time, and what is really necessary and what you would need, such as hearing protection and protective eyewear. So, thanks again for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out. Bloop! There have been numerous occasions where a law enforcement officer has engaged a suspect firing 10 times. Oh my goodness. Bloop. Now for today's pro tip. But first, I'd like to think about this in depth. In the self-defense world, we are taught that the fight isn't over